Yes.
Not 25, 30 years back, most of the
Yeah.
people not aware of this hotel management education. If you tell the hotel management, they simply know about cooking, nothing more. No more other department doesn't know that. No,
Yes.
when I'm seeing you in your photos and all the things, I can assume yourself the army man. Then only I can understand you're the chef when you doing the cooking only because of your mustache and your physique. That's all show that. No, how you
Yeah.
got the interest to choose the hotel management? How you came to enter into this culinary industry, chef?
Oh, I think it's been a long journey. Then when we were studying, when we were doing education,
Okay.
in our times, this was not very popular. Nobody wanted to become or do hotel management and become a hotelier,
Okay, chef.
and people were not so knowledgeable about this profession. But yes, slowly things shaped up, and hotel management colleges were also very limited. There was no
That time,
private
yes,
college.
colleges.
There was only, I think, 10 or 12 colleges that used to do hotel management, yes. But so I decided to do hotel management after my 12th, and wanted to do
Then, chef.
something else before that. But then, yes, of course, once I came to know through friends and through some other relatives and through some other people that this is also a very happening profession, and this profession will pick up and become something really big in the times to come. So I thought, why not take up this profession? So I did hotel management, joined hotel management in Bhopal, and then the rest is history. Can you see me? I mean,
Chef, I cannot see you, chef. It is totally blackout.
yeah, this network is a big issue here. Can you see me now?
No, chef, I cannot see you, chef.
Hold on, please.
Now I can see the.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah. Now I can see you. Right.
Yeah, yes.
Chef. Okay, chef. You completed your hotel management. I think you have completed hotel management IHM Bhopal, right, chef? Am I right, chef?
Yes.
Okay. You have completed hotel management IHM Bhopal. Then in which hotel you have entered? You started your career, and in which area you got expertise, chef? In your beginning, how do you feel that?
So my career started with the Taj Mahal Hotel in Mumbai as a management
Super.
trainee. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that was, I think till today, I think it's probably the best hotel in the country, and
Yes.
one of,
Right.
one of the leading hotels around the world also.
Right, chef.
And I was really fortunate to be there and to learn my initial course from there and get on to the business from there. And after that, I continued with Taj with other properties as well. And
Yes.
the Taj in Mumbai gave me that platform, that confidence, that kind of knowledge and exposure, which not probably at that time not many hotels would have given me, and so that's why I'm thankful to that hotel chain. And yes, becoming a chef 25 years ago was not an easy job as
Yes.
compared. You had to do many such things which people are afraid of doing today, which people don't want to do today. And the generation is lucky that you have
Many
uh,
brands.
things like internet, many brands, so much knowledge on the web. For us, it was only books and only practical knowledge taught by our seniors.
Okay. Chef, no, I was speaking with the senior chef for last few days. They told
Yeah.
me that time before 20, 30 years back, there will be only two leading brands in Mumbai and wherever. There is
Yeah,
no
Taj.
option for Taj and other leading brands only. No, as a new entrance that you are selected in the Taj hotel. How do you feel these long working hours and very hard work, the initial period? How do you feel anything, something very, otherwise you determined to continue this profession, or how, chef?
See, I think once you have the passion, you don't really look at the hours.
Right.
And so there's a small incident which happened in my initial years. So one of the chefs, I had somebody gifted me a new watch, and I was looking at it and just admiring the watch. And one of the senior guys just joked around that, why are you looking at the time? You want to go home or what so early? From that day, I never looked at the time, how much time I worked, and the passion continued in such a way that till today I don't look at the time. And so it's like for every other profession, even if you're a sportsman, suppose you're a cricketer, you want to practice a shot, you want to practice a particular drive, so you can do it endlessly for days and hours, long time
Yes,
till you
yes.
actually perfect it. So I think it's the same thing here, that we put in time to learn to. And for us, it changes every day, every moment. So the more the dedication, the more the time, the more the passion, everything is correlated in that way.
Okay. So there is a question. Um,
Yeah.
uh, do you think learning bakery is good within India or best to go international?
I think initially it's this is Tricha who loves to bake. I think, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So Tricha, it's perfectly okay to learn baking in India as well. You have many options in the country as well. But yeah, if you can go to France, I can't say right now because we don't know the situation in the next 1 year or so. Whether traveling is going to be fun and traveling is going to be safe as well. So, but yes, countries like France and Australia have really good institutes which teach you baking. There's a lot of scope in baking.
Chef, no, you have worked with many leading brands, Chef, Taj and Sun and Sun, Claridge's, you worked with many leading brands. No, each
Yes.
brand has their own operation styles and standards. As a
Yes.
chef, how you adapted, in different environment and conditions, Chef?
So I think the biggest tool today for all the brands which have developed in the last decade or so is the training module. You know, there are online platforms, there are classroom platforms, there are many such bases where they give you training about the brand. And so I've been lucky enough to have worked with many brands. Yes, you're right. And I've also been lucky that I have seen transformation of brands, one brand becoming another. So a new brand stepping in, training you. That happened with Taj Sats when the Flight Kitchen became tied up with Singapore Air Traffic Response. I was lucky enough to know what intercon is. So training, I think today is the biggest tool that and strength that any hotel has. So I've trained with many hotels. Of course, culinary training is different, brand training is different, but then you have to correlate both the trainings, bring everything together, and then do it accordingly. So yes, and presently I'm working with the Marriott in Mumbai. I work with the Renaissance Hotels in Mumbai. So we have a
Chef, it's a Renaissance Convention Center, right, Chef? Am I right?
yeah, it's the largest convention center in India.
Okay.
Plus we have apartment hotels. So entire complex has around 700 rooms.
Okay, sure.
And
Okay.
so this is one of the biggest complex hotels in India.
Okay.
And here also, luckily, listen, hear me out. So here also, luckily, there is a transformation going to happen very soon. So this hotel transforms into a Westin. So it changes. You know, so again, I'll be lucky enough to be a part of this beautiful transformation.
Okay. Chef, no, I studied that you have worked with the leading brands also with the star hotels, as well as I studied from your print interview that you have worked with some standalone restaurants, so leading standalone restaurants also. Now, how these standalone restaurants are giving competition to the brand hotels restaurant, Chef? How it's giving that? No, nowadays I think so. No, many restaurants are coming with very good concept and they start to educate their customers. In your perception and observation, how these standard restaurants are giving toughness in marketing as well as in the food perspective, Chef?
I think I take it as an opportunity because, you know, when you have these freestanding restaurants, their quality is very, very high nowadays. It's no longer the run-of-the-mill restaurants. They have good concepts, they have good people, they have good talent, they have good designs. The interiors of the road is sometimes massive. Some places that I've seen in Bangalore are really huge, and their concepts are really fabulous. So they also tend to, you know, compete with the hotels, and they tend to tell hotels, okay, you are not the only one who is existing in this market. There are many other who exist in this market. So for me, I think, and then the other good part is that it also gives a lot of employment to people, a lot of platforms to people to go and, everybody cannot So you have limited hotels in India. Not everybody can be an executive chef or director food and beverage. And so what happens is that they transform into these restaurants, show their talent there, and they come up to the helm of these restaurants, and then these restaurants expand, become chains, go pan India. It's easier for them to go pan India because the model is once the model is set, it is very easy to replicate. It is very easy to take it to some other place, do a little bit of experiment, training. It's really great that these small or big or whatever sized freestanding restaurants are coming up in the country, and they bring global cuisine, they bring Indian cuisine to a different level, and they bring fast food to a different level. Fantastic as competition, fantastic as job opportunities, fantastic as platforms for people to show their talent, and also fantastic for us to go and learn something new every day.
Right, chef, right. Chef, as well, this is one of my question that nowadays the present scenario, the young chefs are very much thinking out in dilemma in entering to the restaurants for the job opportunities. They are mainly focusing to go to the brand hotels. No, they have the fear that if they start the career with some standalone restaurants, I'm telling about the branded standalone restaurants, their career will not be shine. That's the reason some standalone restaurants are very much depleted with the manpower resources also. What is your suggestion in that point, chef? No, if they take the career in standard restaurants, will their what career will be good for them, or what is your underlining point in that?
I think there's no difference, there's no difference at all that when you think that you can go and enter, especially for chefs, a platform is a platform. It could be a five-star hotel brand. It could be a freestanding restaurant. You need to look at the opportunity that it's giving you. You need to look at the talent nurturing that it is doing for you. Personally, what benefit you're going to get if you join as a chef or if you start working there as a chef. It does not make any difference because even hotels you're going to cook the same food, restaurants also you're going to cook the same food, and today people who travel to five-star hotels for meals also travel to restaurants for meal. In fact, you have many of these restaurants by celebrities now. Many of these restaurants are favorites of celebrities, so it does not matter. It does not really matter. Yes, from training to go internationally, and if you want to acquire some international position, then it's fine that you can look for going, something which is as an international brand.
So from your point, I understood that ultimately the learning is very important wherever you go. That will help out to develop the individual's skill and knowledge. Am I right, chef?
Yeah, absolutely. Your main motive is, that today, if you see cricket, everybody would have said that, you play only international cricket and you become a star. But today, if you play IPL, you can become a bigger star. So that's the comparison between a freestanding restaurant and probably hotels.
Okay, chef, I hope you are very much you have experience with all the cuisines, versatile cuisines. But I feel myself your core expertise in the Indian cuisine. Some of the I'm seeing your postings, all the things you are plated the food very attractively. And how you are seeing Chef Gautam Maharishi doing the plating, and especially with the Indian food. What is the thing the chefs to take for to do the play with the plating?
I think all chefs are creative, and you already have a creative angle within you. So once you start plating a food as a chef, it's very important that you bring that creative angle out. Do not look at what somebody else is doing or somebody else has done. Try to balance out, try to bring your soul into that presentation. Try to bring your style, your personality into that, so that when somebody sees a plate, automatically defines or automatically recognizes that this is done by this chef, And so for me also, I started off as a carte manger chef. I became a French chef, and I've done many international cuisines. And then slowly becoming an executive chef, I started loving my own Indian cuisine, because you have to have the major part of most of the hotels today in terms of banquets, in terms of catering, is definitely Indian, and most of the popular restaurants in five-star hotels are Indian restaurants. So for me, being a guard, cooking definitely gave me that upper hand, or gave me that edge to plate food really well.
Chef, no, customer relationship is the core of any business revenue and the food promotions. No, as
Yes.
like no, you worked with many leading brands. They have do as much for the customer relationship. How you are managing that attribute with large hotel, chef?
I think for us, especially when working with a brand like Marriott, the biggest the biggest asset for us is definitely the customer. That's why we have loyalty programs, the Marriott Rewards programs for the guest, and there are so many other things in the benefit of the guest. But yes, once the customer knows that you are treating him specially, you are giving him something which is out of the box, you are specially preparing meals for him according to his preference, you remember his preference, you try and make that connect. So once you make that connect, it starts bring that customer back to you all the time, and it's very important today that and now especially with these conditions, it become even more important that you gain the confidence of your customer, and you somehow make your customer or anyhow make your customer feel that your area is not only hygienic but it is clinically safe now. That's going to be very important.
Right.
Yes.
Now, no, that's what all are telling, chef. It is not hygienically clean. It is clinically clean.
Yes. To be.
Okay. Chef, no, you got many accolades and recognition nationally, internationally. No, out of all, you have participated in the international competitions also, like Sri Lanka chef competition and the Culinary Olympics in 2010. Am I right, chef?
Yeah.
What is the experience in that? No, no, in this competition, as per my concern, it will develop the chefs overall. Overall, it's develop the chefs. No,
I think
very few only going and participate to the international competition like Culinary Olympics. No, how you got that idea during that time? No, it's very difficult, chef. No, taking all the materials from here to there and doing all the arrangements. We are meeting very new chefs there, and only few Indians will be there. We will be carry all the thing and we will stand there. So how you manage all these things, chef?
So, I was lucky when I was with the Intercon Hotel in Delhi. So I had a German chef who trained me into all this.
Yeah.
He looked at me as a guy who was always interested to compete at the international level. And being a garde manger chef, being a French trained chef, it was always an advantage for me. So this chef, he trained me. I'm really thankful to him. Lohage is the name.
What's his name, chef? What's his name? He's from German.
He's a German chef. His name is Walter Lohage.
Okay, chef.
He must be a veteran now, but I think he's in Singapore right now. So he kind of trained me, which used to happen in Delhi and in Mumbai, and then we went to Sri Lanka, we went to Singapore in the Salon Culinaire. When he saw me winning there, that's how he gave me the confidence to try and compete for Olympics, this, that. And one thing that happens when you go to these competitions is when I went to Sri Lanka, it was an eye opener,
Yeah, right.
Because
of course,
the small country and the kind of work
doing that much largest culinary competitions, right?
I mean, their level is amazing, fantastic, and I'm talking about 15, 16 years ago, and what I learned 15, 16 years ago from them, it was absolutely amazing. The kind of carvery they do. I used to think I'm a garde manger chef, and I do a lot of good butter sculptures and carvings in fruit and vegetables.
Okay, sure.
But their level was very different. So it actually helped me. It actually made me grow a lot, and it actually made me think about the level that I have to achieve in the next coming years. And it's very important to know what is actually around me and how people do it. And it's not really easy to, so we stayed in a hotel which was 7 kilometers away from the venue. It's not easy, go 4 o'clock, get up in the morning when you're already doing your plating the whole night. So all this food is mostly so I competed in 2 categories. One was cold food presented cold. So you have 5 different plates, and you have a 5-course menu, which is, it should be actually hot, but it is presented cold.
Okay, sure.
So So to plate and present that, and it has to be practical. So the judges, they are really very, very clever, and they know each and everything. You cannot just put anything on the plate and make.
That time you are working with which hotel, and what is your position that time, chef?
So the first competition, I was a junior sous chef when I went to Sri Lanka, and with Intercontinental. The second competition, I was a sous chef. The third, an executive chef.
Chef, no, these are the competitions. Are the what? Improved your that plating sense and everything. Is it true, chef? It's all the competition give the base for your plating. Now, no, you are doing very elaborate plating with Indian cuisine. So, no, these are the competition definitely add some weightage to your plating sense. I'm right, chef?
200%. The more you see, the more you learn. Because staying in one place, staying in one hotel, staying in one brand, definitely you will learn, but you will not learn what the world is doing. You can see it on today on YouTube, on Instagram, on this and that, but when you actually see it, it's a little different. And when you actually interact with those chefs, and when you talk with those chefs, you learn about their ideology, you learn about what is on the plate and how they have created the plate. It's a different kind of a learning experience.
Okay, chef, you are with now Renaissance Convention Center, Mumbai. Am I right, chef?
Yeah, I'm with the Renaissance.
Am I right?
Hotel and
right. Okay. Chef, how is your operation style in managing overall restaurant, in-room dining of 700 rooms and the banquets? So, apart from all the standards of the property, what are the best practices that you are delivering to your team members in kitchen, culinary operations?
I think the best practice and the best thing to do as a chef is to keep motivating your team, keep checking your team, what they are doing, keep asking a lot of questions, and also kind of motivate them to ask a lot of questions to you. Keep check is definitely the biggest part of this game, and another big part of this game is to keep your people happy and keep your people motivated. If you can't do that, then people get monotonous, and today's time the attention span is really getting lower. So you have to start talking to people and telling people what they should be doing every day consistently. So if you can do that much, your job is 90% done. The rest 10% is just telling them the theoretical and the practical, and sometimes teaching them practically, teaching them new things, and telling them new things and inspiring them to do new things.
Right. Chef, now, from your conversation, I could understand that you have started your career from scratch, and step by step you got the progress. Am I right, chef? Step by step in this 30 years of culinary journey, your process is step by step. No. Yes. Now you are the well-renowned chef and acclaimed chef. How is Chef Gautam Maharishi entered the TV channels? Usually now chef will not speak that much. No, they are very much good in artistic work and cooking and all the things. But speaking before camera and speaking for some public, they will get some kind of some kind of sense will be there. Now, how Chef Gautam Maharishi entered to the TV channel, and what is your first day of experience and standing before the camera? You felt some kind of nervousness or something, chef?
No, frankly, I was not nervous.
Chef, will it be your interest to come to the TV channels?
Initially, it wasn't, but then when I saw, you can do a lot of creative things, and you can do a lot of productive things. You can reach to people who want to learn from you and who can follow you and tell you thank you for teaching us how to cook good food or even cook basic food. I think that's what kept inspiring me and kept me interested in this.
Okay. So that experience nothing different for you, right, chef? No, actually, we are doing the cooking in the kitchen all the time, but that we are doing it before the number of people, right, chef?
We are just doing it in front of the camera, step by step, telling people that this is how you can cook this thing at home, and just kind of inspiring them to be better chefs or be more innovative in what they do.
Okay, chef, we have done many shows. All are very beautiful shows. out of that, Chefs on Wheel is the show which explores the culture, food, and life. No,
Yes.
what is your experience from that? No, I think it paved the way for you to learn many things from the rustic field. No,
Yes.
how you no, how is your experience on the Chefs on Field show, Chef? How long it goes?
I think
Wherever you traveled.
I think Chef on Wheels was one show which is very close to my heart also, and which is very close to my personality also. And it definitely taught me a lot of things. It taught me how to relate with people who are actually making it up beautifully, and what difficulties they face, how the crops are, how the crops should be grown, how they are taken care of, how people are passionately taking care of the produce that we are using with so much of ease and so much of pride,
Right, right.
and the kind of pride and care people take into that profession as well. And me going there using their own produce or carrying one produce from the walk from one village to the other and cooking for them was definitely such a high for them. They were really so humble people, so nice people. So touching the root of India, where actually the heart of India lies, was a very different experience, and it was alive, always
Right.
alive.
Right, Chef. Right, Chef. Now, you have done many shows. I could understand these are the shows get you the household names and get you the more fame and recognitions from the public end. How you are feeling that? How you are taking the word celebrity, chef?
Sorry, come again. The connection got lost.
Chef, now you have done many shows. All are the very good shows. It reached to the public viewers
Yeah,
and you got the household name of Chef
yeah.
Gautam Maharishi. Now, how you are taking this recognition and your fame? What you are feeling about the word celebrity chef when someone addresses you as celebrity chef Gautam Maharishi? No, no, these are things. How do you feel? How you are taking? No, chef, these are the no whatever recognition we got. No, the recognition from the public is totally different, chef. How you are
I know.
no, enjoying that? How you are enjoying it? How you are taking it? And no, it's all a thing you are getting definitely by your what presentation. That means your hard work only that giving that kind of recognition. How you are taking it, chef?
No, it actually is. I take it very positively, and I take it really very well. And I'm really thankful to people who appreciate, who look at us, who get inspired from us. And so for me, it's a very big achievement that I have had. But it cannot be possible. Any achievement cannot be possible without hard work. That's one thing. The other thing is without being watched by people and liked and loved by people. So I'm really thankful that people love me, people follow me, like my work. And, that's the best part of it.
So, what is the successful? No, what is your observation of being the successful TV chef? No, what makes you to successful in the TV?
I think simplicity, and just trying to just actually showing what you are is definitely one factor which can make you successful. Because we're not acting here, we're not playing a role here. We're just trying to connect to people, tell them that we are also simple people like you, and we can cook whatever is there for you to learn, for you to get inspired, for you
Right,
to
right.
make at home. So we are a medium for people to learn something new, which is food, which connects everybody, which is a pratik of love, I can say, a symbol of love, and so it's only that for me.
Right. Chef, how Chef Gautam Maharishi unwind himself other than cooking? What Gautam Maharishi will do
So
other than this
there are many.
kitchen and cooking? No, what is your hobby? What are the things?
There are many things like you can see this reading.
What? Oh, it's a
I'm
book.
just reading I'm reading a book on my tab. Yeah,
Okay.
Diamonds Are for
Okay.
Eden. That's the book, and yeah. So this is one of the hobby during lockdown. Biking is one hobby. So I'm a fan of
That
Royal Enfield. And I have two
okay.
beautiful Royal Enfield with me, and many other things. Yes.
Chef,
Like
because of
swimming.
your hobby,
Swimming is one of my biggest
Chef,
hobbies.
chef, riding is one of your hobby.
Yes.
That being the reason for taking this chefs on wheel, that is being one of the reason
Yeah.
for taking this concept.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. 101%. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That was purely attached, and one could easily feel the happiness while riding that I was feeling.
What is your longest journey, chef, by using a Royal Enfield?
Longest is 600 kilometers in one go.
Okay, right.
Yes. Yeah.
So, one more thing, we have seen many TV chefs. Okay, they will work for very few years, or they will straight away come to the TV channel and they do all the things. You are the
Yeah.
chef. You are ready to go anywhere. You can go to the kitchen, hardcore kitchen. You can go to the TV, and you are the chef.
Yeah.
Start from your scratch. Still,
Yes.
yeah, even though you are a celebrity or working in the TV or doing some shows or future products might be there, you are interested to work in the kitchen. That means a hardcore kitchen. How
Yes.
you are doing it? How is possible for you? And usually if you're taking culinary operations, we won't take the time. We cannot leave the kitchen. No, something will happen. How you manage that time to go for this kind of shoot during those days? Sure.
So you have to manage time. You have to
Okay,
you have to
done.
take your time out. But yes, I love to be in the kitchen, and there also when I go on my set, I feel as if I'm on a kitchen. So that's why. And if your passion continues, it can take you anywhere, and it can keep you alive anywhere or everywhere.
I think, chef, no, more than TV, you are liking the hardcore kitchen, chef.
100%, yeah.
Huh?
That's where the life.
TV is the second part only for us. TV is the second part only for us. And our profession, that we are the chef, means we should be stand in the hardcore kitchen. That you are taking is the priority. Am I right, chef?
Absolutely, that's what has made me what I am. So obviously that's my bread and butter, and that's my root. I cannot be detached from my roots.
Right, chef. One more question for us. Actually, no, it came little back. No, they're asking which cuisine we can choose. I can choose for my career. I think one of the person viewer he asked me the question. Which cuisine I can?
So I think I think try and get the basics right first. If you want to get into, even if you get into baking and patisserie and confectionery and those things, you still have to get your sauces right. You still have to get your cooking methods right. So start from your basic, and then once you're done with your basic, then you can actually venture out, and slowly you will realize with cooking methods, once you master them, the cooking techniques, the butchery, the commissary, all these small things which are base and foundation. Once you are done with them, then you will realize that it's going to take you 2-3 years to get really 20-30% on these factors. Once you are 20-30% on all these factors, so which means basically how to cut and chop in different cuts, how to not waste material, how to maximize your production out of that, how to butcher a chicken, how to butcher a mutton leg, how to clean a fish fillet, how to devein prawns. All these basics, once you're done with, how to knead a dough, what is the right texture for a dough, how to melt, how to braise, how to boil, how technique. Once you master all this to a certain level, then you will realize that what cuisine you should be in. Because today the cuisine is so big and it is so varied, but yes. For all these basics are required. So give your first couple of years to these basics. Very important.
Chef, will you do the cod merger work still now? Now?
Yes.
Are you training your team whenever you got time? Huh? You're doing it.
100%. Yes, because it's an art which is slowly vanishing.
Chef, no, people are telling this outdated thing. In my personal view, Garmanj is the base for today's modern all the trends. All the things what you are doing, Garmanj is the base for it. No, people are telling it is outdated. Nowadays, people are not aware of what is Garmanj. Only they are studying in their academics only, not in the practical.
You can get a cold meat pack today.
Are you giving the importance to this Garmanj in your?
It's very sad that people don't know how to make salamis, sausages, cold meats, terrines, and beef, I mean, vegetables and all those stuff, because today you get packets, just open, slice, and put it on the platter, and so there is very little art involved. But during our times, it was against our pride even to open a salami packet and use it. We had to make it on our own, and sometimes to make a specific design, it used to take 3 to 4 days to perfect it, to get a smiling joker inside a terrine, or to get a flower design, or to get some mosaic design, or to create those beautiful things. It used to take 2 to 3 days to set it up, and today you have everything ready-made in packets.
Right.
So it's like it's like one of the chefs taught me that making a right demi-glace, to start from partridge meat, which people don't know today, because you have brown sauce packets, and I hate to call it brown sauce also.
Chef, your base is a card manja. That's the reason your plating is that much attractive and sensible. Am I right, Chef? That is also reason, right?
It is the base, yes, 100%.
Yeah. Chef, question for us from Joseph Paul. He's from Chennai. He's a young entrepreneur. He's owning a tea shop. It's a branded tea. The name of the tea shop is Master Urti. Master.
Very nice.
It is in Chennai.
Fantastic.
Okay. He is asking us one question that, Chef, I heard Renaissance Hotels Bangalore is the biggest in India.
Yeah, the convention center is the largest in India, yes. It's very, very big, huge, and it is fantastic. One of the best.
Around 700 rooms, right, sir? How many rooms?
Yes. The property has 675 rooms in the complex.
Okay. Chef, will Chef Gautam Maharishi, Chef?
Yeah.
Will and Chef Gautam... Tell me, Chef. Tell me.
So we has plans to expand also. Sorry, and very soon we will be having a extension of the convention center, which will double it up.
Okay.
Plus, we will have a W hotel inside the same complex. So it will be 1,000+ rooms.
Chef, will all the rooms will be occupied? In the busy times?
I hope so. We do every day minus occupancy.
No, Chef, no. Before this COVID, all the time, all the rooms are filling. How?
Yes, 90%, yes.
Okay. Chef, will Chef Gautam Maharishi starts his own restaurant with his signature restaurants in future? In future?
Yeah, very soon.
Right.
The future is going to be very soon, yes.
It is the one
it's going to be something very different, and something very which the world has not seen. So it will be something like that. Tell me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chef, this one. What is your motivation word for the chefs? What is the motivation word for the chefs? No, we know that what is going to happen after this post COVID-19. No, we cannot predict also. Generally, what is your motivational words for the chefs?
I think, definitely after COVID, the world will change in terms of hygiene, and in terms of looking at food and food areas at being more clinically clean, and all that stuff, which will happen. It is all science related to food. HACCP also came some 20 years ago. We were all new, still a lot of things. Similarly, this has come. It's just a change, and it's a very small change. It's not going to change the way we cook our food, the way we can look at creating and innovating. Nothing is going to change. In tomato is going to be tomato, onion is going to be onion. It's going to be more clean. That's the only thing. So it's actually a high time, and people need to make their food look more attractive. And I think minimal on the plate is going to be a very, very big aspect post-COVID, and mono portions of food. Less buffets on food is going to be the future. So think about, as budding chefs, think about personalizing a lot of things.
Chef, one more point. I just know it is. I think it's a forward message. I cannot confirm whether it is true or what. People are telling that there will be the huge challenge for the banquets and also for the Bangalore service also. No, for some period of time. No, is it true, chef? Will it happen, chef, because of this social distancing and all the thing?
I think for some time social distancing will be a very big issue, and slowly, when the authorities say yes, you can actually be more relaxed towards bigger gatherings, then probably this will happen. But still, people will who has to do wedding will do wedding, who has to do celebration will do celebration. But the only thing is the pattern of celebration will change. So gatherings will not be, you will not have queues on buffets. That's what I was trying to tell you, that people should now start thinking about mono-portionizing the buffets, individualizing the buffets, having more sit-down dinners, having more royal thali experiences, having more pre-plated food, having more pre-portioned food. And one advantage here will be a lot of food wastage. That was a hot topic some months ago, and was for a very long time that on buffets food gets wasted, food gets thrown away, food is gone into garbage, and so many things. This will be avoided. So we should look at this as a positive rather than as a negative.
How Chef Gautam Maharishi is seeing himself in this 30 years of culinary experience? This 30 years of culinary journey.
I'm still learning. I'm still very. I've only done 10% of what I should have learned. There's still 90% to learn. So I'm learning every day, every moment from everybody, and there's so much to do. Every day that you don't do something new, you're actually going backwards. So it's very important that every day, every moment, either you're doing something new, talking about something new, thinking about something new, still keeping your basics and still keeping your traditions intact.
Chef, now you have worked with all leading brands. Still, you have any remembrance about any particular restaurants and any food outlets that it is opened under you and under your leadership or guidance? Will you be the part of any pre-opening?
Many. Yes. So I've been part of the entire Claridge's hotel reopened under my guidance, and repositioned and rebranded the entire hotel, and then Intercon became Intercon from Park Royal in Delhi. Then at Sun and Sand opened many restaurants, including Indian, Chinese, and many other cuisines. There are a few restaurants in Bangalore. There's a restaurant very recently called Feast India Company, which is a Awadhi restaurant, which I opened in Bangalore. There was a chocolate brand called Sanchuros from Australia that I opened in, and there are many more. There is a brand called Astovilla and Sweetsmith, which is a bakery and Italian brand, which opened in Mumbai and some other parts of India, where I was part of it, and many such, and internationally also. So I've been a part of a group of restaurants called India Palace, which is the most awarded Indian restaurant chain in the UAE. It's got the Sheikh Khalifa Award. It's got the Dubai Quality Awards.
Yes.
The India-Pakistan concept, which I opened, which is called Sthan, which is like food beyond borders, which I was a part of, and fast food chains all across UAE, in all the 7 emirats, and so many such things apart from hotels.
Chef, any advice for the young chefs, those who are looking to enter to the industry? What is your advice for them?
I think just
Chef, no. Why I am asking, Chef, 1 minute. Why I am asking this means we are the one of the industry which is affected by this COVID. Now, many of the students nowadays, they are also personally asking me, how about the job opportunities for us? They have almost to complete the course now. They are just waiting for the examinations. They are asking me whether at least we get any entry level in their career, as well as any training options. How they will get it? No, they are also thinking that they will get the preference. Employee in the employee perspective, they will get the preference in the experience of, not in that or the students who are in the fresh. What is your advice for them and motivational word for them, Chef?
I think it will initially take 3 to 4 months. After that, the situation will normalize for
Right.
sure. It will be just the same as it was before lockdown because businesses pick up. The demand for trained and educated people will be more, and demand for fresh talent will be more because they can be easily, crafted into this fashion of clinically clean places, clinically and hygienic places to take care of. So I think there's nothing to fear. Everybody's be a little bit dilemma, but it will be only for the next 3 to 4 months. By November, December, we know season will pick up in this country. Things will be fantastic. Don't worry.
How Chef Gautam Megarishi is keeping his operation busy now in this lockdown days? How you are keeping your kitchen busy, and how you are motivating your team in this time?
My team is doing a fantastic job. We have around 120 guest stationed in the hotel, in the apartment part. So we're taking care of them for all types of meals. And we had around 300, 400 doctors stationed with us in one part of the hotel. And so they were taking care of them too with packed food and all that. And they were doing charity work, giving food to hospitals, to administrative workers as well. So my team, who has been stationed in the hotel, and they've been doing a great job from inside the hotel. And I was very, very surprised. Everybody was surprised the kind of Easter buffet they had laid out, which was absolutely fantastic. It's the kind of Easter buffet they came up with. Yeah, so as a hotel Renaissance today, I think during the lockdown period, is doing just an amazing job.
Done. So thank you so much.